Hey guys, this is Scott from Forgot to Grow Up Podcast, and welcome to another edition of our countdown to Avengers Infinity War. This week we're on week 11. I don't have enough fingers to put up 11, but we're on week 11 in our countdown to Avengers Infinity War. 6 more weeks left until the big event at the end of April, not in May anymore, but at the end of April. All right, and this week we're talking about the 11th installment in the MCU, Avengers Age of Ultron from 2015, the second Avengers movie, the second time we got all the Avengers together to fight up before they decided to fight each other. But that's not important. What we're talking about today is Age of Ultron. I'm just going to dive right in and give you guys a quick breakdown of the story like I always do, and then 3 trivia facts at the end for you guys, okay? So let's just dive right in and get her started. All right, so the beginning of this Avengers 2 movie, we find the Avengers are all teamed up and they're taking down a Hydra base, and they're trying to recapture Loki's scepter from the first Avengers film, which is through a series of events ended up in Hydra's hands. All right, Hydra was using it for different experiments. They even created Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver using the powers of Loki's scepter. But the Avengers are able to take down that base within the first 5 minutes and capture Loki's scepter, but not without a little messing around by the two, by Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver. Scarlet Witch does a little thing to Tony's head, but they end up getting the scepter. They take the scepter back. The Avengers think the day's won, but we've only just started the movie, so obviously it isn't. So what they discover is that Loki's scepter has some advanced AI in it, and that's the Infinity Stone. That's what they discover. They discover there's an Infinity Stone in Loki's scepter, and that has some kind of AI ability to it. So Tony and Bruce Banner, so Tony Stark and Bruce Banner, Iron Man and the Hulk, the two mad scientists of the Avengers, they decide that they're going to try and recreate the artificial intelligence from that into their own artificial intelligence that could protect the world. All right, so the two of them are trying to attempt to make an artificial technology when they end up inadvertently creating Ultron, which is an evil AI. That's right. They're just trying to make a good AI, and they made an evil one. That happens. How do we know he's evil? He killed Jarvis, kind of. He killed Jarvis. That's Tony's operating system already. Tony already had an AI. That's why I didn't get why he needed to make a new one. But anyways, he tried to make a new one. It went bad. That's this movie. Bad AI. The Avengers have to fight to try and defeat. Ultron just wants to destroy the Avengers and help the world to evolve. He says that a lot throughout this movie. He wants them to evolve, to become better, to rise from the ashes, yada, yada, yada. It's a lot of stuff explaining that he just wants everybody to die. He just wants everyone to burn in some fire. Or that's the way it seems, at least. So obviously the Avengers want to stop Ultron, and Ultron wants to stop the Avengers. Ultron teams up with Quicksilver and Scarlet Witch to use their abilities to his advantages against the Avengers, even though he doesn't really need them too much. But Scarlet Witch's mind-messing abilities allows her to put a bunch of mind mambo-jumbo is what she puts on them. Voodoo? She puts some kind of magic on them into their heads, messes with it a little bit. They all go a little crazy. It kind of divides the team up a little bit. And that's what has to happen in every Avengers film. They have to divide before coming together to defeat the big bad. The point is, the Avengers are divided. Ultron is building himself an android body out of vibranium, which he stole from Claw, who we just learn more about in the Black Panther movie. But the point is, he steals some vibranium and he's trying to build himself an android body using the Mind Stone in it and some nanite technology that we discover in the movie. But before he's able to upload his consciousness to this new fancy android body that would give him all these powers that's powered by the Mind Stone, the Avengers are able to get that from him because they learned some of the plans. They get that from him, and then Tony and Bruce Banner, again, the mad scientists that they are, decide they're going to upload Jarvis, who turns out wasn't dead. He was just hiding somewhere protecting the nuclear codes. But they take Jarvis and they put him in the android body, and then some lightning from Thor, and we now have the Vision, who is neither Jarvis nor Ultron, but his own person, powered by the Mind Stone, I guess. It's a little confusing how he actually came to life. The point is, though, we've got the Vision, pretty much the Avengers Superman mixed with Martian Manhunter, because he can phase through stuff as well. He's got laser stuff, he's super strong, all that fun stuff, and he's also able to pick up Thor's hammer, which is why everyone trusts him, because he's worthy enough to pick up the hammer, and Thor's like, I'm gonna go with that. it's a pretty good reason. So the Avengers and Avengers and the Vision. Wow, I just completely blanked on his name. Sorry there, guys. Just ignore that little gap. The Avengers and the Vision team up to go rescue to rescue Black Panther, played by Scarlett Johansson. They go to rescue Black Widow. Wow, I'm not getting anything right today. The Avengers and Vision go to rescue Black Widow and stop Ultron. And that's how this movie's going to conclude. There's a big old battle, of course. Okay, so once they're going and rescuing Black Widow, they discover Ultron had another plan, which was he used some alien technology, the remaining vibranium that he had stole, to make the city of Sokovia, which is a little Eastern European country. They don't really explain where in Eastern Europe, but it's an Eastern European country. It's been war-torn and all this different stuff. And he decides to just use some alien technology and vibranium to lift an entire city. The whole city. I'm not talking just like a couple blocks. The whole city is one big giant meteorite, a makeshift meteorite that he lifts up into the air, and he plans to just drop onto the earth to cause a worldwide extinction like that killed the dinosaurs, if you believe in that kind of thing. So that's Ultron's plan. So the Avengers obviously got to stop that, but it's not as easy as just knocking out the thing, because if they just stop his device that is lifting up the city, then the city's just going to fall down sooner, and that's still going to cause deaths. So the Avengers have to save the day, and how do they do that? Nick Fury flies in with the helicarrier. They're able to get all the citizens of Sokovia, maybe not all, a good chunk of the citizens of Sokovia onto the helicarrier and to escape. They're able to defeat Ultron once they all team up together, and then they're able to vaporize the whole city of Sokovia, or country. It's hard to tell whether it's a city or it's a country. But the point is, Sokovia just gets blown up. The Avengers save the day. The world doesn't get blown up. Ultron's dead, and we now have a new Avenger to add to the Avengers team, which was Vision. And that's pretty much the whole film. That's where it ends. Obviously, they win the day, and they all go their separate ways, as the Avengers tend to do. We also got one post-credit scene in this movie, and that post-credit scene we see Thanos, who's the big bad of the upcoming Avengers Infinity War movie. We see Thanos grabbing this gauntlet-looking thing, which is the Infinity Gauntlet from the comics, and now the MCU, and says, "I've got to do this myself." And then he goes, implying that we're going to be introduced to Thanos, which we now know we have to wait for Avengers Infinity War for, but we're only 6 weeks away from that. But that's the whole film for you. So obviously now I just got 3 trivia facts for you guys before I let you go, and then we'll be done today. Alright, so the first trivia fact is that Captain America and Iron Man have the most screen time in this movie, which may not sound that surprising, but compared to the two who have the least amount of screen time, Vision and Thor, they have 5 times as much screen time as Vision and Thor. Where did Thor go the whole film? Why did he only get like 20 minutes? Which, I thought that was a little funny, a little strange. It didn't surprise me that much. Obviously, Captain America and Iron Man are the two big stars, especially back in 2015 when this movie was out. But I just thought it was a little interesting how much of a difference between the top 2 and the bottom 2 was. Alright, so the second trivia fact I have for you guys is that the Hulkbuster armor that Tony Stark uses to pound on the Hulk, hence Hulkbuster armor, had 9 arc reactors used to power it, which just was random. It doesn't really matter because these are all fake, but I thought it was just kind of interesting, and I didn't have many trivia facts for this guy's week. So the last and third trivia fact I have for you guys this week for this is the first time we see Thor without his baby brother hanging around. That's right, this is the first Thor appearance in the MCU that wasn't also accompanied by Loki, or also known as his the brother he has to drag to every party because his mom told him to. Thor, don't forget to take Loki with you. Mom, do I have to? That was Thor's life growing up all the time, dragging Loki along. But this is the first MCU movie that he got a chance to be like, no, leaving Loki at home, mainly because he thought Loki is dead. Yeah. But that's the third trivia fact I have for you guys, and that's our week 11 of our countdown to Avengers Infinity War. Hope you guys enjoyed this week's video. Let me know in the comments below what you guys thought of Avengers Age of Ultron, and how excited you guys are for the upcoming film that we're only 6 weeks away from. Alright, thanks for watching this week, guys. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Have a good one.